Hello everyone and welcome to the WCG for the final match of the group stage. It's match 12 of the 2021 Australia Day T20 Big Bash, which sees a replay of the 2019 decider to round us out here in Group D as WET UP take on Young Money Cash Money. Both of these sides taking on last year's grand finalists How's That in their opening matches. Young Money Cash Money prevailing in their contest and thereby sealing their place in the quarterfinals. However, this is now a must-win game for WET UP after their opening match defeat to the two-time champs. Here, as you can see, the Group D standings on your screens. It is the 2019 champions rooted to the bottom of the table, with their opponents on top of the ladder due to head-to-head record. So this group is very tight indeed. So as we have a look at the scenarios that can develop here in Group D, a win for Young Money Cash Money will see them go through in first place and will resign WET UP to a group stage exit. However, a win for the men in green makes things very interesting indeed. If they manage to gain a bonus point in the process, they will top the group. However, a regular win would mean that wickets and possibly net run rate will be needed to split them and How's That. So things very tight here in the group of death. Captains are in the middle, ready for the toss. So it's the Young Money Cash Money skipper Rabiel Basher who wins the toss, and he has no hesitations in batting first. As we take a look at his side now, who will be full of confidence after their opening match win against How's That. Well, Basher was superb in that opening contest, taking an excellent catch to remove How's That skipper Brendan Scott, and then bowling well at the back end of the run chase to help seal his side victory. But he was overshadowed by Ryan Schaefer, who with both bat and ball had a field day, and the man in black will be hoping that he can do that once again in this massive fixture. As we take a look at the men in green side for this crunch contest, it was Michael Johnson who stood up with the bat for WET UP in that opening match. He made an impressive 24 not out to guide his side to a decent total. However, it was not enough to propel his side to victory, so this is now a must-win match for the 2019 champs, and they'll need their big players to stand up in this one. Just before we get underway, we'd like to thank our major partners for this year's tournament, Campbelltown Motor Auctions, who have been fantastic since jumping on board this year, and our ever-reliable and long-standing partners, Harley Cranes Group. We are all set for a tight finish here to the group of death. It's WET UP v Young Money Cash Money, and we're ready to go. And it is going to be Ryan Schaefer who will get this innings underway for the men in black. Hammered 39 of 20 deliveries in their opening match victory against How's That. Can he get the men in black off to the ideal start in this one? So we're all ready to go for the final match of the group stage. It'll be Matt White bowling over the wicket to Ryan Schaefer. Here he's in now, this one's a full delivery and it's clipped off his toes, and he's clipped it over the fence, first delivery! That's the perfect start for WET UP! Yeah, the umpire has given it out! There is a bit of conjecture to whether this has come back into the field of play, but the right decision has been made, and Schaefer goes for a golden duck to begin with. Well, what a start to this contest here from WET UP. That now puts them ahead of How's That on wickets taken, as that wicket now brings Sean Cook to the crease for his first bat of the tournament. And he'll have to contend with a fired-up Matt White, who'll continue now in the opening over. Who's in now, this one's a full delivery. Oh, and he nearly sneaks through the defences of Cook there, but Cook is good enough to keep that one out. Yeah, it's hands on heads there from White. Oh, that very nearly snuck through, and White knows it. WET UP are most definitely up for this one. White to continue to Cook in the opening over. Here he's in now, this one's a full delivery, and this one hits Cook on the leg, and he's going to move through for a leg bye. So Young Money Cash Money on the board here in match 12. 1 for 1 in the opening over. Here How's That sitting nervously up in the stands. Only a Young Money Cash Money win will save them now. We knew very well that this group was going to be tight, but we didn't know it was going to be this tight. As White will continue to Cook in the opening over, and Cook is forward once again, and he gets a bottom edge which nearly trickles onto the stumps. Well, this is a brilliant start with the ball from Matt White. Oh, how was that missed? White into Cook for the final ball of the over. Here he's in now, this one's a full delivery. Cook hammers this down the ground to get off the mark in style. Well, what a way to score your first runs at the WCG as he hits White back past him. 1 for 5 after 1. It'll be Gavin Merrifield to bowl the second over of the innings, as he's in now round the wicket here to Cook, and it's a big swing and a miss first up, as it's a priceless dot there for the men in green. So a good start to the over there from Merrifield, who is very often the whipping boy in this competition. As he'll continue around the wicket here to Cook. Here he's in now, this one's a good length delivery, and this strikes Cook on the hip, and he's going to move through for another leg bye. So a pretty handy start to the second over here from Merrifield. Young Money, Cash Money, 1 for 6 after 7 deliveries. So they'll be pretty happy with where things stand at the minute. Here is Merrifield, will continue around the wicket again to Cook. And this one's a good length delivery which tucks Cook up, and he's going to move through for a single, and a direct hit, and it was good night and thank you. Well, that is a massive moment here in match 12. White turns and takes aim, but misses the target. Young Money, Cash Money, 1 for 7. As Merrifield will continue to Cook around the wicket. And this one's a good length delivery once again. And once again it tucks Cook up, who hits it to White and doesn't take him on this time. So this has been a fantastic over so far from Merrifield. As we arrive at the final delivery of the over. Here he's in now. This one's a back of a leg delivery. And Cook hammers this through mid-wicket to end the over with a boundary. Just a fraction short there from Merrifield to end with. And he's punished. 1 for 11. So the contest is delicately poised as we enter the back end of the innings. Young Money, Cash Money, 1 for 11 as Cook is rebuilding this innings. And Wet Up will be pretty happy with where things stand at the moment. So it'll be Michael Johnson to bowl the third over of the innings. As he's in now over the wicket here to Cook. And he begins with a full toss and Cook hammers this down the ground for his third boundary of the innings. Well, he's just starting to find his feet here at the WCG. And he's been served with a gift and he's hammered it. So Johnson under pressure here from ball 1. As he'll continue again now to Cook. And this one's a full delivery outside the off stump. And he slashed it over cover for a maximum. The debutant has raced along to 19. And Johnson is going the journey once again. Young Money, Cash Money, 1 for 21. As Johnson will continue to Cook over the wicket. Here he's in now. That's a pretty decent reply. As it's a wild swing and a miss there across the line from Cook. Here he's got the taste for runs now, has the debutant. That just wasn't there. Johnson to continue to Cook in the third over. Here he's in now, this one's a good length delivery and he gets a leading edge and it goes straight up in the air. Gavin Merrifield's taken the catch, but he's backed into the boundary. So it's a maximum here for the men in black. It is just all going Young Money, Cash Money's way at the moment. To be fair, Sean Cook had very little idea where this went. And Gavin Merrifield, who only had eyes for the ball, backs into the boundary. Unlucky. So we arrive at the final delivery of the third over. Johnson to Cook, and it's a short delivery. It's a well-directed short delivery, and I think he gets a top edge into his melon here as he'll move through for a single to end with. Yeah, he does. Off his glove onto his head, but he's still there. Young Money, Cash Money, 1 for 28 with 1 to go. So it's going to be the skipper, Matt White, to bowl the final over of the innings. Here he's in now over the wicket here to Cook, and it's a full fast delivery, bang on the money. And Cook can only play this to Gavin Merrifield on the leg side. So a priceless dot to begin the final over there for Wet Up. Young Money, Cash Money, 1 for 28 with 4 deliveries remaining in the innings. As White is in once again to Cook. And this one's a good length delivery and he sneaks through for another single as he chops this onto his leg. So this is brilliant stuff to begin the final over here from the Wet Up skipper. As Cook can only manage a single. White to continue to Cook in the final over of the innings. Here he's in now. This one's a brute of a delivery which rises on Cook, who has a wild swing and he can't make contact. So yet another priceless dot here for the men in green. This has been brilliant stuff so far here from the Wet Up skipper. As he'll come in for the penultimate delivery of the innings. This one's another quick delivery on a good length and Cook can't get this away again as he only finds Michael Johnson on the offside. So just 1 run off the final over so far. As we arrive at the last delivery of the innings. White to Cook. Here he's in now. This one's a full delivery. And it beats Cook inside the window. So it's a dot to end with there from Wet Up. It's been a fantastic final over from White, who concedes just 1 run. And it's 30 to get for the 2019 champs if they're going to sneak into the final 8. So a brilliant innings from debutant Sean Cook, who finishes 27 not out. Has guided Young Money, Cash Money to 1 for 29 off their 20 deliveries. They look destined for a score in excess of 30, but that was before a brilliant final over from skipper Matt White restricted the men in black. Still plenty of work to do here for the men in green. It's 30 to get for a spot in the quarterfinals. And it's going to be Michael Johnson who will get this run chase underway for Wet Up. Coming off a well-constructed 24 not out against the two-time champs in their opening match defeat. Can he get his side off to another good start? 30 or bust here for Wet Up. And it's going to be the Young Money Cash Money skipper Rabiel Basher to bowl the first over of the innings. Here he's in now and he begins with a good length delivery. And Johnson slashes this on the offside as he gets a thick outside edge onto the fence to begin with and races through for a single. So Wet Up underway here in the run chase. Basher to continue to Johnson in the opening over. Here he's in now. This one's a short delivery and it's a wild hoik across the line there from Johnson, who doesn't make contact. Probably a good thing he didn't, otherwise that would have ended up in Bankstown Square. Here is Basher will continue to Johnson in the opening over. Here he's in now. This one's a slightly fuller delivery and it's yet another swing and a miss there from Johnson. This time looking to thrash this through the offside, but he just lost his shape there slightly. Basher to continue in the opening over of the run chase. Here he's in now. This one's a full delivery and Johnson hammers this down the ground for the first maximum of the innings. Well, that's just what the doctor ordered for the men in green. Basher over pitches and goes the journey. Basher in for the final delivery of the over. Here he's in now. This one's a good length delivery and it's left alone by Johnson to end with. 7 without loss after 1. It'll be Sean Cook to bowl the second over of the innings. As he's in now over the wicket to Johnson. And he begins with a full delivery and it's hammered down the ground once again from Michael Johnson. His second sack of the innings. He and Wet Up have raced along to 13. Cook under pressure once again from ball 1. As he'll continue again now to Johnson. This one's a good length delivery. It's played down the ground, but he can't field of his own bowling. It's another boundary for Wet Up. Michael Johnson standing up with the blade once again for the 2019 champs as he moves to 17. Cook under serious pressure once again. So he'll now go around the wicket here to Johnson. And this one's a good length delivery as there's a slight appeal here from the men in black. But Johnson signals that this has hit his hip. So as we take a look here at the replay, yeah, looks a correct decision. Cook to continue to Johnson around the wicket. Here he's in now. This one's a back of a length delivery and Johnson hammers this away on the leg side as he beats the Young Money Cash Money skipper. They're on their way here, Wet Up. 21 without loss into the second over. Johnson playing another gem. So Sean Cook in for the final delivery of the second over. Here he's in now. It's a good length delivery and it's a wild hoik across the line there from Johnson to end with. So a priceless dot there for the men in black. Wet Up, no wicket for 21 after 2. So it's the men in green who sit in a prime position here in match 12. They required 9 runs off 10 deliveries with all their wickets in hand. Can they get the job done? So it'll be Ryan Schaefer to bowl the third over of the innings. As he's in now round the wicket here too. Johnson, he begins with a wide delivery which slides down the leg side. So that's another one chalked off the remaining tally for Wet Up. It's now 8 to get off 10 deliveries. Schaefer will continue again now to Johnson, and this one's a full toss as Johnson tucks this off his hip onto the fence and will move through for a single. Well, that's all they need from this point onwards as they creep ever closer. 7 to get off 9 deliveries as Ryan Schaefer will continue to Johnson around the wicket. Here he's in now. This one's a full delivery and Johnson hammers this, but he's hammered it over the fence. So that's a big moment here in match 12 as Johnson has to go. It's how's that who cheer the loudest here in the stands as Johnson's knock ends on 22. Wet Up 1 for 23. Well, anything's still possible here in Group D as that wicket now brings Matt White, the skipper, to the crease. And can the experienced head guide his side to a spot in the final 8? So it'll be Ryan Schaefer to bowl around the wicket here to Matt White for his first delivery. Here he's in now. This one's a full delivery, but it slides down the leg side, so that'll have to be rebowled. So that's another freebie there for the men in green. It's now 6 to get off 7 deliveries. 1 clean hit now sends Wet Up into the quarterfinals. Here is Schaefer will continue again now to White. This one's a good length delivery. White gets a thick inside edge onto his leg and will move through for a single. So they creep ever closer here, the men in green. 5 to get off 6 deliveries. So this is coming right down to the wire to decide the group of death. As As Ryan Schaefer is in around the wicket for the final delivery of the over. Here he's in now. This one's a full delivery, but it's played away on the leg side. Straight to the Young Money Cash Money skipper to end with as we head to the final over of the contest. So the equation is simple for the men in green. 5 to get off 5 deliveries for a spot in the quarterfinals. Failure to do so, and their bitter rivals, how's that, will have just done enough to seal their passage through. So it's going to be skipper v skipper for the final over of the contest. El Basher to White. It's a full delivery and White hammers this into the bin. Oh, that was destined for the boundary, but the bin gets in the way. It has bounced first, so it's not out, but that is brilliant bin placement there from the men in black, who prevents a certain boundary. 5 to get off 4 deliveries, as El Basher will continue to White in the final over. Here's in now, this one's a wide delivery, and it has been called a wide by the umpire, rightfully so. So that one will have to be re-bowled, and it's now 4 to get off 4 deliveries. This one going down to the wire once again, just like their meeting in the 2019 decider. Here's El Basher, will continue over the wicket now to White, and it's a full delivery. White gets this down the ground for a boundary. WET UP have done it. They qualify for the quarterfinals. The skipper guides his side home, and it's how's that? Last year's grand finalists and the 2-time champions who crash out at the group stage. The men in green get the better of the men in black, as they did 2 years ago in the decider. And it's WET UP who clinch the remaining quarterfinal place. So in quite an extraordinary contest to round out the group stage, WET UP have defeated Young Money Cash Money here in match 12 by 2 wickets in the final over to book their place in the quarterfinals and condemn last year's grand finalists to a second group stage exit in the past 3 years. The last time that happened, WET UP went on to win the title, so the omens are good. Johnson the catalyst for the run chase with 22 at the top of the order, and you think back to that final over there from White, which restricted the men in black. So as we take a look at the final standings here in Group D, all 3 sides finishing on 2 points, all deadlocked on head-to-head, so it's wickets that decides this one, and unfortunately for Howzat's point of view, they've taken the least. Young Money Cash Money will top the group, and WET UP finish second. So the group stage is done and dusted, and we look ahead to the quarterfinals now. There's 2 knockout stage debutants who will feature in the first 2 quarterfinals. Quarterfinal 1 sees 2 inches short of a length, taking on the Puffin Billies in what looks a mouth-watering fixture. Quarterfinal 2 sees the defending champions Nice Gary taking on the surprise packet in this year's competition, Smack My Pitch Up. Then it's 2 absolute crackers to round out the quarterfinal draw. The informed Saggy Greens take on the 2019 champs WET UP, and Young Money Cash Money and the Nif Nuffs will battle it out in quarterfinal 4 for the remaining semi-final place.